crest the edge of the airbase, bathing the tarmac in pale amber light. The silhouettes of fighter jets line the runway, each one a machine of war and technology. But this morning, all eyes are on one jet, a lone F-16 Fighting Falcon, parked and waiting. Its sleek fuselage gleams under the rising sun. Crew members swarm around it, checking systems, loading last-minute gear, ensuring every bolt, wire, and sensor is mission-ready. Among them, walking with calm purpose, is Captain Alyssa Hart, helmet tucked under one arm, flight suit zipped. Her focus is absolute. No wasted movements, no hesitation. She approaches the aircraft with the quiet confidence of someone who has done this 100 times before and is ready to do it 100 more. Her call sign is Vapor, earned during a high-speed intercept training exercise where she left even her wingmen struggling to keep pace. She climbs the ladder into the cockpit, strapping in methodically. Her eyes scan the panel before her, hands flipping switches from memory. There's no room for error when you're flying a supersonic aircraft at 30,000 feet. Ground control crackles in her ears, giving clearance for engine start. Her voice is calm, composed, answering every checklist item with precision. As the engine spools up and the canopy lowers, the jet becomes an extension of her, a second skin made of titanium and fire. Out on the flight line, the crew chief gives a final thumbs up and backs away. The shriek of the engine crescendos as the F-16 begins to taxi. Every eye on the base follows her jet as it moves with quiet menace toward the end of the runway. The tower clears her for takeoff. Her right hand pushes the throttle forward. The jet begins to move faster. Then the afterburner kicks in and everything changes. The aircraft roars down the runway like it's shot from a cannon, the tailpipe lit with a fiery glow of raw jet fuel. She pulls back on the stick, and the Falcon leaps skyward. In seconds, she's airborne. Gear up, climbing through 10,000 feet. Radio traffic is crisp and clipped. She is now alone in the sky, racing into the atmosphere at over 500 knots. The training area lies to the east, a designated block of open airspace where fighter pilots hone the skills they hope they never need in combat. Her jet slices through the morning clouds like a blade, climbing higher. Every movement is calculated. The slightest input on the stick rolls the aircraft effortlessly, a 9G capable weapon system moving at her command. She checks in with her AWACS controller, who feeds her simulated threat data for the exercise. Enemy aircraft approaching from the northwest. She banks sharply, pulling into a climb and leveling out at 26,000 feet. Her sensors are live, radar sweeping the sky. Nothing on the screen yet, but she knows they're out there. Her wingman checks in a few miles off her right. The two jets fly in perfect formation, disciplined, silent, prepared. Then contact. A bogey appears on scope, closing fast. She makes a sharp left turn, crossing the merge point. The training now turns into a high-speed dogfight. Captain Hart pulls back hard on the stick, and the F-16 responds instantly. Her breathing becomes measured, controlled. Her suit inflates around her legs to keep blood from draining from her brain as the G-forces build. 5GS6 pushing 7. The horizon flips. Blue sky becomes desert floor in the blink of an eye, but she stays locked in. Missile tone. She tags the aggressor aircraft in the simulation, breaking off the attack and diving hard. Her wingman scores a second kill. They regroup at lower altitude. Her voice comes over the radio, steady but energized. It's a win, but only on the scoreboard. The real value lies in the experience, in refining instincts and sharpening reflexes. Back at the base, analysts are already watching telemetry from the sortie, preparing debrief materials. She circles the range, scanning for the refueling tanker that's orbiting at 20,000 feet. Contact is made. The boom operator guides her in. With hands like a surgeon, she aligns her jet just inches behind the massive KC-135. It's a precision maneuver, and she nails it. Fuel flows. Mission continues. As she pulls off and banks east, another challenge begins. Low-level ingress. Flying at just 500 feet above the desert floor at 480 knots, she weaves between hills and ridgelines, using terrain to mask her radar signature. This is where mistakes are deadly, where training separates professionals from amateurs. Her hands never shake. Her eyes never flinch. Then she climbs again. High-altitude strike run. Simulated targets appear on her radar. She identifies and locks them, marking GPS coordinates for the virtual payload. Button press. Simulated munitions released. A few seconds later, the training system registers direct hits. Clean. Efficient. Just another successful run in a day packed with intensity. As the fuel gauge ticks downward, she banks toward home. Her jet climbs above the scattered clouds, the sky a deep, endless blue. For a moment, everything is quiet. Just the hum of the engine, the soft beeps from the HUD, and the sound of her breathing in the oxygen mask. She checks her systems. Everything is green. She contacts the tower. Cleared to return. On final approach, gear down, flaps extended. Touchdown is smooth. Her